Nyamiadum, I'm a head of corporate affairs and public relations manager. Niente Bonnie and Rani if you are baby. Boko
Fortune House.
For me, and I will leave Kaka and then I'm resuming here.
Oh, okay.
Wadaroma.
You resume any action or
any action. I say, no Timon or Roka one for a bit. Tia Eddie Swami.
Yeah.
But no queening I'm in na Sankene Siga.
Okay.
I am any Ministry of Information. The status of the agencies, yes. No press conferences near there.
Sure.
Until last year, November, and I called December.
Okay.
And after NLA, reschedule to February. And after February, no, yes, answer reschedule by April. And then, yes, it to shed an year. Now, December, this answer NLA at 60. And after so your conference on responsible gaming. You host here. A face so no, you very much in February time on the share, so no, na penfuni be a boy for no near around.
Yeah.
Inti, and abrewe yi pomakwem. Inti, so far there, near holding a bit me, I know, you go so.
This is your second year, right?
Yes.
Second year as Director General.
18 months.
Okay.
They're less than 2 years.
Less than 2 years. And you have a lot to report on.
Ejumadi Ayekaka, together with the board, together with management, together with staff. I say, my 4 days so they are board. The governing board Abaso, His Eminence Francis Set Nyonyo, Dodona Freno Togbe Nyonyo, and board chairman.
Okay.
And the distinguished members on the board, the Honorable John Kuma, the Solicitor General of the country, Adon, Auntie Joanna, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Interior, and then Penform board. So far, the Almighty Board provided strategic direction. Yes, also as management, and almost over a year. Until there's Odono. Respect and the cohesion, the working, between the management and the board, and our faces also between the staff and management, which are very key if you want to have industrial peace. Now, faces also much made the nearest when so semobeya. So far, so good. There are challenges there, and nothing I didn't pen for to organizations. In spite of the challenges, yeah, boy,
and what would be big ticket items I offer say obey Director General wait me achieve an organization?
Well, broad kaka, but they be none for the purposes of impress I'll focus on 3 main items. 1, global recognition of the NLA. 2, stabilizing and raising revenue. And after 3, and also revitalizing our Caritas lottery platform and the Good Causes Foundation. I'm funny the global recognition. I know didn't come and say Emre Tremuno. Now 18 months ago, my penny His Excellency and another Dankwe Kufuado. The name deputy core NLino. Miss Homamieza. Now Osha Yane the rest of the continent Yankita Undie a yellow tree bodies. Now a webby Bremohano. No cleaning a mianim na ayonkofano emunaho na NLA Krana ma African Lottery Association Asia normal frey mbiem. Isan say Niamani Bianesi Ediso to still remain as credible members na iniho. By one of the first thing I'm here was to take trips to Ivory Coast. Because the head of the Ivorian Lottery body on once on president of the African Lottery Association. Na yeneni kudi nkomoso kweche, and we also express the desire say omwaye na yentimi nsan enjoy ko ni biem na yesoso no ehho enhyehyeye ne niam asi ediso no enele soso no bebo ye ho modern yetimi ediso. And after 1, 2, 3 trips, any among common, and also the Koto, the African Lottery Association, the colleagues in Pennyfor, members. And in February 2022, the NLA was readmitted into the African Lottery Association. Now, since then, we haven't looked back. Nyoja Kokoto, so Yana bro. Yadi Moa na May 2022. Yesanso ekopie eye Morocco, Marrakesh. Okay. Now, Horn African Lottery Association, your secretariat is in Morocco, Marrakesh. Now, Horn meeting, no, and I face Miss handed to when you say, we must see a bear more admitted and chair, dear. But near to say African Lottery, ne baby, Omni World Lottery Association, a baby hosting a joint seminar on responsible gaming.
Okay.
Now, you're the baby too. The sad aspect is that NLNM we are near certified for responsible gaming. You can be a certified for responsible gaming now. Just all the structures in Yema as you know more. Man Collant being participate was okay. Number 2 or also making effort say or advertise be now the back count say play responsibly. I face on Osanya a structure a daily so with advice, advisory bureau. Ubu hono more on your nam dan when you brebo. Yeah. One so that say obitimi enye sikebi. Na akobo mama no. Sada no na adofo woni phone so na no. Obe friend one ye lucky. Na ade beche bo say ne bedi won sem na no esanko. Inti no sa ne ma na se wo in place. And na face so no san so nya a place I will be so problems will be to me advice, you know. And then lastly, you need to also demonstrate say the process of Nema Uyenibino goes to support good causes. The the Sanchez you know. In fact, now Ivorians na Masutre last year 2021 I'm a buy. So the first step was for us to relaunch our Caritas platform. Now the Caritas platform no year in Kitaundi between yen and the corporate Ghana.
Okay.
And one more year drinks, one year bank, insurance, in my Kobe Bray, and
person more raffle be
one person more reward or more customers.
Okay.
One person more BBA or Shesenia etenoa a game of chance. Na ese NLA ye relaunches a platform. Now in relaunching it, ye link case and ye benya through third party collaboration. Ye the bekwa ye good causes.
Good causes, okay.
Now the board led by the board chairman, Esu Ishra Somai. Emma Hokwan Emma Yetimi no establish the Good Causes Foundation in October 2021 and you relaunch and Caritas platform.
Okay.
Na Ivorians no ye they gave us the seed money. Emra Misuchre say yaba afini ye try see as you be putting your mind in place. So the first seed money the mine was over $60,000.
For the Good Causes Foundation.
For the Good Causes Foundation. Until the Ivorians helped us to set it up. Now, we are also based on the inspiration, you must be called Ivory Coast. Yes, almost every town, normally BB to support the community as part of good causes. If we are a hospital, if we are boreholes, if we are a toilet facility, if we are a school down if we are a hospital renovation. To share NL as part of good causes. We learned many of these from the Ivorians. Okay. But they were able to also link to also revenue generation and giving people so the mindset say if you don't even win, Usikano goes to support good causes. The Ivorians were very generous and meet me on Boniaida.
And 60,000 grant, like grant, free money.
Free money they give to us because they felt bad say for over 60 years. Now almost Ghana.
Okay.
Because lottery, Ghanaians who migrated from here call Ivory Coast, Abidjan, those times, they carried the lotto to do Ivory Coast. Some of them lotto Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
And now do Nigeria. Some of them Ghana lotto. So the Ivorians they've been playing our games for a long time. Then in 2012, they started also setting up how to play Omodiano. But on the side, no team says still no microphone bino a boy DNB. Na ye home meba honum etre. Inti with the establishment of the Good Causes Foundation, MIMT, at least some of the processes are reconnected to the World Lottery Association. So this gave us the courage to also put in the bid. Say bit me hosted a seminar on responsible gaming.
Okay.
So in May 2022, in Marrakesh, we officially also put in a bid to host the seminar on responsible gaming, which was the first time Ghana was hosting Weno. Na so at the next meeting of the World Lottery Association in Canada in October 2022. Once again, the General Assembly of the World Lottery Association, a member body of almost 140 countries. Also, at the assembly, we raised he said, from say, yes, we are about 60 years. Now, African Lottery for also yes seminar on responsible gaming. Penny or the second term as president. World Lottery Association, Penny or Dan or American from Tennessee, Madame Rebecca Paul. Ghana also supported her re-election at the assembly. We voted for her or Secretary General, and also my lawyer Penonufi Canada. And subsequently, the two women say almost the global leaders will grace the NLA at 60. Into your link here to the seminar on responsible gaming, because say Allah, an African Lottery Association and the World Lottery Association, you are event so de sikaba for the accommodation, for the this, for the that, for the that. You share baby direction echo. That's when a crown your birthday no ye dino September by the grand one no December. Inti the grand deba fra so dear. Tianya no once they are in town there. Now you're the one. We no more inviting people. Because Nipano hotel said you want to the omoto near bang energy. So require their brain move. So luckily for us, the WLA also accepted Ghana's bid and proposal. And for the first time, these global leaders stormed Ghana. We had over 100 guests.
100
from 20 different countries across Africa, Europe, and North America. And many of them had not been to Ghana before. About 14 African countries, and I feel mobile. Then you had some from Europe and then North America, almost crazy here. And for 2 weeks continuously, Ghana's events constantly featured on the website of the WLA. And the speeches of Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and that of the Attorney General, and that of Chief Justice Anem Justice Yoni Kulendi, and also Bejine Umano, and featured on the websites because of the speeches and the depth of the speeches. But the day before, in seminar on responsible gaming. And see, yes, also the two names with the abo host here. Your forms that they are tour for certification. I'm also showing my for the last 4 or 5 months, not mistakes when they are any proposal, no more fine tuning, almost about more inspect. Many be near there to Aquemo. And by June, they will certify us worthy and for responsible gaming. Over Africa, apart from Morocco, any Ivory Coast are more level 4. Ghana or your level 1. And level 1 simply means they only be. Now, once the structure is there, they say do 2 baby because it can't be 0. Now, as for some women say,
but almost certify my number level saying,
propose if you want, I 2. But proposal like they call and yes, so far no, now your modern boy showcase it to them no. We are praying, say, you beat when you're both level 2 and level 3. 4 no there. See a share system in Kakra, and also some of share IT infrastructure, almost share the feedback on customer service, and it's animal in and I face the number of projects are waiting me under good courses. The significance of being certified for responsible gaming will be being said, my investors. As no Baba Juma, they find you credible because almost some person be World Lottery Association, and they also partner you. They share ideas with you, and they share best practices and innovation. And he said, only when you're certified, any categories,
you cannot attract.
You cannot attract because Nipanebi obe profile. no share Omoma listed under WLA standards of certification. Until putting Ghana back on the map of the Allah and that of the World Lottery Association, I believe and also so boy so may connecting to tourism. Many of them now World Heritage Sites, UNESCO. World Heritage Site, what is a Cape Coast Castle, Mina Castle, Yadi. One by some Koshebi. They also took time to visit many places within Accra and the Cape Coast. And there they spent hard currency, the days in Anomwa. And I'm happy to say, sir, the WLA in one of their presentations and also the feedback we received from the European Lottery Association, they will be hosting the World Lottery Association conference in Paris next year. But the WLA has asked them, say, they should learn from how Ghana hosted And we didn't bring team from outside. Penfold team left and right. Kesoane, a good fellow. My deputy together with the rest of management and the staff, even junior staff. Any senior staff, we form committees to host this world-class event. But there was something significant about the day. Again, Obi, 60 years ago, Ghana's first president, Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, pressed the knob for the first winning number. And that proud Ghanaian, that day after President Nkrumah pressed that winning number, the person went home with £5,000.
£5,000.
That was 60 years ago. That was very significant. Now, Ghana, after 60 years of the establishment of the NLA, Malta for established the Department of National Lotteries. Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Neto Fred, the Maltese officials and on the court Maltese government and him and also so Omoboy Suma Abuafo. Now, since then, we never went back to say thank you. But it's become a revenue mobilization vehicle for our government. It is subsequently, yes, you call Malta. And they, for the first time, they gave us the original copy of the very act at the Maltese Parliament, House of Representatives, a passe to establish the Department of National Lottery in Ghana. It was passed in Malta. In Somdia then also they've given us the original copy of the first letter of appointment to the Director General Nomdini Malta by including his entitlement and the number of years and time where so so Sophia Kosran Busian for Maltese government fast and who can Ghana buying to Akapre. Until we went there to say thank you, we invited them and they came. And then subsequently, their Foreign Affairs Minister also came to see the bust now erected in honor of William Francis Brennan, the Maltese national. See, what's a Brennan Hall now? It was named after the first Director General of Malta, William Francis Brennan. Now, what say no? So no none yonko so pane Ghana man penny Kwame Nkrumah and just say ye fifi munwa so no later on 10 now so say na obenya Ghana ni so adamfo bi pa ma me bia ekuri
ware no
well man said that ware but omotena kakra but it was very old very old very old na ene so din komo but near the video no and brought very fond memories of
that's interesting.
The former and the first DJ. So since then Obi Minim say it hasn't been easy for us. Again, on the revenue side, one of the things that we also sought to do is stabilizing and raising revenue. There are loopholes and all that we try to seal. But by also one of the things that you see and so I'm the to board the name was how Ivorians play in game. This was after I established a good courses. My boy, and how Nigeria for over 26 years. Your winning numbers on the tier wins or Nigeria every day. We had several engagements with the Nigerians. And I'm happy to state that this year Nigeria will be paying NLA royalties for the first year of 18 million cedis this year.
18 million Ghana cedis
this year. And the Ivorians will also be paying us 13 million cedis this year.
For using your winning numbers.
For using our winning numbers.
But why do they do that?
Because you are pirating the number. And Ghana, when you develop the game, if you don't do that, one way you also will force us to be changing our draw times. And yeah, you bidder. Did they know what we can do? And you know that diplomatic talks and so you the results, and many thanks to the board and to our mother ministry the encouragement to negotiate with the Nigerians. The only difficulty was that you didn't mean point of sale terminals in Ekosiisen, but they were willing to partner our online partner because some say jurisdictional matters.
Sure.
So they also had to get a partner to partner your online partner. So KGL now will receive your proceeds for us and trade the game online with a partner there. We did same for Ivory Coast. And in fact, on the KGL matter, by that KGL to 25 million in 2021, and they were going to pay 30 million in 2022. But we renegotiated it for them to pay 50 million in 2022. And now with 3 million support for your LMCs because of digitalization. First, now can kiosk, but they don't doubt them crowd to phones or they play the games. Yeah. We believe that it's important. Yes, you'll be cushioning for the losses now. Almost all my care be sitting in the kiosk because even Kombenya bear 20 customers, ABI and 5 and now 10 and so we charge them 3 million CDs for that. Support for last year, and then charge them 2 million CDs for good causes. Until no, we renegotiated from 25 million to 55 million CDs as our revenue share in 2022.
And that's 1 year.
That's right. And this year also you're increasing our to 65 million. And they say, one more no into Yesika Nigeria and Ivory Coast for no. Budget in advance. No Mosonia wild and coaches and making sure say they are able to collaborate more with the Nigerians and the Ivorians. So this year alone, the NLA is taking 92 million CDs from the KGL group. And I'm not sure, but once I already said, I keep saying the lottery is a big boys game. Yeah. So once you are determined to also do business, we are there. And again, for the record, NLA management, staff, and the board, we don't engage in our games.
You don't engage.
We don't play. Because people have so many misconceptions. Say be pokana we who say be a number we cry now travel and say be a numbers and it's purely a game of chance. So what they can more in terms of the raising of revenue, also from our private lotto operators. Last year we raised almost 30 million CDs from the PLOs. The licensed private lotto operators. Now globally, year 2022, the World Lottery Association estimates offer banker to banker jumedie and illegal operators across the world. The World Lottery Association lost $1.3 trillion in revenue from the activities of illegal operators. Ubo on ma utime yani e border say obi a NLA license na ni njuma eni ni ndi juma woni e boa because omono unimom address inti se oni omo eya ayonkofa da bia no no sika da wo no ese wo kwaji wo de we wini no obeko no wadwane no can stories it show but so ni NLA and license no a NLA as part of the agreement any omo na mo set sika aside say where you are unable to pay your wins ye be call account mu but nani panaba will soon because we are koboka but when na your foot where the mom and this year we are collaborating with the National Signals Bureau to make sure some for us to also go underground and the other security agencies to help us to sanitize the system and get rid of this illegal. It's not easy, easy. Let me confess because crews normally are very sophisticated.
Illegal for now. How do they do it? Almost to boxes, Musa.
Almost to boxes when they operate in areas. Ubedu honom no nipa na unsuspecting public no omo say a kiosk si ho ana obi aye ne container they think is NLA but nipa no pretty illegally ya ne board so can see benya hyen so de e ama all those ya ne omo CLAG, or Writers Association, for also doing common private lotto operators to make sure say a clear system. We've tried to also sign on some new collaborators. We hoping say to bring exciting games in the course of the year, which is non-590. Your traditional game, your 590 game, which is the 5 out of 90. 5 balls drawn out of 90. That is what Ghana has developed and played over the last 60 years. Well, we believe it's time that you give choices to the players. And so that's why we are collaborating with several collaborators. Go through the scrutiny of the board to also introduce new games. Almost also no license. They are not performing. No. Board no has asked us to write to them this month and revoke those licenses. So they can now meet here. I face a collaborator now also so the terms of the agreement. That's why. So it is publish it now is a way you join to us because you're a long group. And then again, Obi, one other thing so I'm did says here can one so kaka. How the NLA we've been able to successfully exported our games to these countries. Ivory Coast and Nigeria. No, we are currently in talks with Burkina Faso and Niger and the other countries. We can assist them. Liberia, I'm head of lottery, Ebesra, somewhere last week Friday. I also to see how our game is faring. I know I'm also aiding common. Until when we get these countries also coming on board, we'll also speak to the public about it. If we are looking forward, so say you're being introduced to multiple games for morning, for afternoon, and
in the evening.
Then they will hold it. But to give the opportunity for morning, for afternoon, now evening there. Now in doing this, one of the key things that the NLA must also meet. The standards of the World Lottery Association. As part of the process, you're the best certified also for responsible gaming, draw integrity and fairness. Your machines are you used currently, TV so 26 years old.
26 years.
Ubian who use machine will be. Omo train game no Ukrainian no use ubiam. And they give us specifications in the NLA board as we share so my say we can procure new sets of draw machines. I mean we all the processes. I go through all the procurement process here. Last year or started some common. They now order they have to manufacture it. It takes quite a long time. And say in the next 2 weeks, they will ship it from the United States. Yakwa inspect it and we say Nina no so and nobody which we are expecting in the month of April. We will use that to launch outdoor and launch these new games from May 2023 next month. Now, you can win now about the regulation of consumer promotions. American Caritas platform. The Caritas platform has helped so many entities. Now, a movie from being just a bow to organize your draw for your customers. The Caritas and marketing and events department, they've gone a step further. Says, share the public perception about your product. You have more analysis on how you fed. Now, first, your advice on how you can improve upon what's also a Jumana so that I can keep getting the best results. Because you also have to reward your customers. This collaboration here, is basically to feed the good causes. And I am excited to say, since Madame Frima Ekosiisen Opare, the launching and good causes and the relaunch of the Caritas platform, the Good Causes Foundation has touched several lives, tens and thousands of Ghanaians, from provision of potable water to toilet facilities. Share a brilliant but needy student. I face yes also set aside some of these support from a Good Causes Foundation for staff development. Say training and many of our staff so more apply to Good Causes we've also assisted them about supporting the education. At face also know we are just at the tail end of signing off with the University of Ghana Business School. Our tailor-made courses for the NLA.
Lottery?
No, about sales, about marketing. About sales, about marketing, about operations, about logistics, about say, looking at our operation. We've even encouraged them. Say, apart from China, any one or two places you have a university that really also focuses on this, the management of that industry. We have encouraged University of Ghana for say they should think about that, because if you be and they get a curricula for that, they can train many of the director generals and the officials looking at it. So we are in talks with them. We are also helping them with the ideas on how to make that happen. But we are likely to sign off with the University of Ghana for that partnership, a barter system. Almost they are the said we better anymore here na they demo. Just we can say and hand go hand come. See no more tenancies in Konya Kama. Say necessary almost some packages some courses. Some of training my staff mama. Hopefully they'll be in phases, and the courses as we've agreed upon it between the HR and legal and the University of Ghana Business School.
Oh, okay.
Any one say achano this academic year on Beshasia, because here we are the one or two touches when I see here, which I think will be a major boost for the staff. Because we now certificates also near the of some of these modular courses.
That's interesting.
I think
because in recent times you take complaints now from the private lotto operators. I mean, maybe more babishia or not hall cry
no, they're writers for
writers, no. You've resolved
it
that.
Has to do with the commission.
Okay.
So and your form so and your phone so Osha Jamaica say commission here to say what 100 cedis a day of our product. You amount 20 cedis as your commission. 20% commission and NLA.
Okay.
But what the NLA pays is the highest in the world. The highest. Because Jamaica is 3%. Malta for number set up young authority.
Yes.
7%. Pokrase at the end was from UK and US around 6%. Ivory Coast 9%. But the Hano MC Chassis we ni montem. Into 20%, yeah, yintimi matri. And yeah, yintimi kwenim. Because the BLA believes a anomaly because commission was high. But yes, Sanya they share manfo. So na say so no ayomode. But then no baby a controversy nearby was that the board my yetro writers. In fact, the PLOs.
Okay.
So the agreement license the man asudi wo hoso no bi ne say wo mutimi stay within the commission boundary of 20%. Now share the NLA Act 722 no the governing board and no wo hu to me and ho kwan so mo set the commission rate. Enya management, enya director general. The Director General Management can make a case, but the board takes so many things into consideration. And as a board, our mom named this also power. As I said, the Solicitor General of the country is on the board, or that of the Chief Director of the Ministry of Interior, or the Honorable Deputy Minister for Finance, or Head of Protocol at the Presidency, or a Management Consultant. The OSHA is very diverse. Into what the board said and said at this point in time, no, you can't see you could resist no, but now a trigger way and say PLOs, no, some of them were paying more than the 20%. The time NLA cho no, almost from 30% and no mutia to 20, no. Then it caused that discomfort. Because we don't deal directly with the writers. By the very nature of our operations, we will deal
with PLOs.
With PLOs. Because someone is license because we don't sell directly to the public. Either we deal with the PLOs and we deal with the lotto marketing companies. To lotto marketing companies in the PLOs in there, how we can accommodate everybody and also give the private sector an opportunity to participate. Because we share the act now, we have the sole mandate to organize, to regulate, and supervise lottery, and also to operate it as well. So we are both a regulator and an operator. In the end of this, I hit nearby. But that make good causes are there. Your support is so many with our very little resources. And yes, you can be, but we believe that there should be a nexus, a connection between the process of lottery. Any affairs so nipa no so no ne kanko ene near bitimi aboa. So it hasn't been easy, but we
one other thing, staff strength you're saying.
The staff strength is almost about 580 or 500
across the country.
Yes,
and more offices were baby.
The offices were 10, about 15 places.
15 places,
but any all regional capitals.
Okay.
My memory an example. Say the head office is in Accra.
Yes.
But in Accra, you are Bekani or Tema.
Okay, like so, other offices were Bekani Tema.
So a three no. Office was no. Then no ako Kumasi near Kumasi or one. Oko Sunyai, Oko Tamale, Oko Wa, Oko Bolga, Oko Takrade, Oko Cape Coast, Oko Ho, Oko Hohoi. The voters say two.
Okay.
Eastern Air one. Into the area share the market, but in expanding, we are looking towards CBB office also. Asankregwa, Asanko. Yeah, share a bit me. I share Kaswa.
Okay.
Now, phase, we are looking forward to Manfi. So we keep exploring.
In those offices, no. A day in the course, what do they do?
Yeah, so sales team. Cashiers. Because when people want to liquidate their wins, send be closer to them. The machines now will fail the national. It be a sunya problem where the nearest place they can take to. It is even in our interest if you are spread across the country. Because we use the point of sale terminals.
Now, in the point of sale terminals, no. And also, we use was our kiosk. What else we kiosk?
In fact, as part of our stabilization fund, you set aside the lotto marketing companies. Greater Accra as the last year regional minister and the regional coordinating council. A catches on my deadline up to the end of last year. Yeah, old kiosk near the Adeno is making Accra not beautiful. So they give us specification and eco-friendly ones. I think we have started giving it out and Accra to the lotto marketing companies. And we will keep doing that gradually till we fade out these old kiosks. We are very nice, modern, and eco-friendly, very beautiful.
Oh, okay. Yane Ora Sammi Awuku na studio, Director General, Emma National Lottery Authority. Inti Odiyen FM, some of the things he's been able to do as Director General of the authority, quite a number of them, and Osha Wabuni in our Tofa Ediame will be dealing with some specifics very soon. Now, said the new Messi
even Kweba government youth start program.
Yeah, you start
last year as part of also good causes and a contribution to the consolidated fund. We paid 10 million cedis to support you start. I feel you are to 10 million, but now I see into
still for you start
to support you start governance program where you're different from yes or no you may see across the country. Sometimes I am a staff not so be complaining say we are concentrating too much on good causes, but the reality is lottery is about good causes. Globally last year member bodies across the world World Lottery Association project say we contributed a year $94 billion towards good causes. And WLS also sets a standard as to the minimum I should be able to do in a year. Because association be out joining your rules and regulations. More than the staff be but we have to balance it. And don't know more only IABB Swama and staff to cushion them, to also support them in other areas, to take care of their welfare, and also giving them extra encouragement to keep working hard.
If for more would say, over Facebook Live and YouTube, you would see a video, and we I think a short documentary where on good causes, some of the project where Ghana Police Service to equip it when we see new station and answer renovation
new police station.
Okay.
And but nearby Eliano was gone 10. You're near Atamils Institute.
Atamils Institute,
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ube who be so was a Niger Director General mentioned
Niger.
And also Besrai.
Okay.
These and many more. Be one of my school of school there ya and no call was here but has a foundation almost show more sebe more dream we are the foundation we keep supporting them call school for the blind currently has say other places in fact central many of the places now are projects many. Now this year, no board name shares any focus since will be called provision of potable water. Potable water. The people of Pando in the Akpene traditional area. Okay. So we are looking at a plow. Share places in the Bono zone. Now we want to also be helping the MPs, from both sides of the divide, maybe at least almost situation here dire. Now we will engage their leadership.
Smart lab facility
for the Bostal Institute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, smart lab, man. Collaborating school, send a young friend, so be a while some friend who they are also able to learn ICT, TSC lab, where if you just such a south. As part of good causes, support we continue to do our let's way a 7 weeks old baby, Selena, diagnosed with spinal bifida. In eternity, now almost no money be. Watermale. Now your attention was drawn to it, and they took care of the entire procedure
for the surgery.
For the surgery, and they are colano so tiasia. Your bompa say that baby on no baby the obi of our time, and may never know. Moamunianum Adom FM.
Yes,
there was a time I know more say Sekina, lady be a Simon, and uncle person ko to us so school. And Nebusian is a Sikani Bino, the NLA Good Causes Foundation, a besoa friendly moi, say school come. Refurbished children's wards. I provided a friend is saying incubators for some hospitals. So quite my general hospital say I'm say female ward also. We also supported any polyclinics. So I know sometimes it's difficult when we have to dip into our meager resources, but the reality is that every day not many people win. There are days that Omutimi winning heavily, over 100%. Wow. Sometimes over 200%
wins.
Against us. But there are times that you have 20% wins, 30% wins. But Yamrana say, NLA Yeshamo say as part of good causes, take care of the poor, the destitute, the mentally and the physically afflicted. We cannot have it all. But I think so far,
I mean, reading messages kakra, and then I'll come back now. Yatwa wedding come Ekosiisen higher sempa 94.7 FM. Let me see where say Obi the grassroots hail this fantastic and hardworking personalities to lead and break the 8 for the elephant fraternity. They have been tested before and they have successfully passed. Okay, ono Sibawe Bawa or Asokwa constituency. We'll come back to those messages. It's a good evening, Obi. It's obvious Sammi Awuku will do a Sammi Awuku work. Reliable, result-oriented, and affable. We are solidly behind you, Supremo. Sentence bar 4 and Edway. But this one says we say okay, Obi. Also then ODD Peche. Okay, they tell Samuel Brown boys I mean catch us say ODD Peche.
It's by 1 a.m.
So
and I'm saying Sammy Anajokra Naja on sound shiny. I say I wish mayor
presidential staff. We say
but he's doing a good job. One of the great young people I've come across.
Okay.
Very deep.
Yeah.
I thought of your hard drink.
No any problem.
No any problem.
Well, it's a good evening, Obi. I just want to say that Sammi Awuku has really shown exceptional leadership among his peers, and we should try to follow his example. He's done an amazing job at the NLA and within the NPP, especially at the grassroots level. We are extremely grateful and proud of him, Mike Vu Edmond. Eddie Eni. And this one says, Obi, the gentleman in your studio is simply a colossus with a feet of clay. God bless him, Dr. Dominic Edia.
Now, in fact, let me also commend GMPC Foundation.
Sure.
Let me be very honest. Dominic was also extremely supportive in helping us the outfits, and the wonderful gentleman, Reverend Eben.
Okay.
And also GMPC Foundation hall. Together with the team that started, and our lady friend Bio Boy from the Vodafone Foundation.
Okay.
They held my team at the NLA, put together the drafts and the structure of the Good Causes Foundation. And the GMPC Foundation, they were very instrumental in helping us with the ideas and how to see. Doc, by no chance, say no, I was said, and say, I'm a boy,
Where's Obi, the man in your studio, Honorable Awuku, is an institution, a great asset in whom we are all well pleased as youngsters of this nation. In fact, he's already had 4 bedrooms apartment in heaven, blah blah blah. Ofie is non-negotiable. Greetings to Joanna Frances Ada, Barrister Danny, and on the way about Ofie will come to Ofie issues very soon. But other ones we in Tremna and Twasso. Okay, we say. Obi, this man has all the positive spirit and ability to make you work your best out every day. To me, NLA was dead until he took the mantle of leadership. He's a great asset to Mother Ghana. Sammi Awuku, honestly, he is the future president of this nation. God bless and protect him. Patrick OPK Jr. And Where's Obi? What Omama is trying to say is that the foot soldiers like myself miss Capo. He should do his usual. Obi, tell him boys are listening and we want a time and date. The boys miss him. Jamal A.P. Emma Minister of Youth and Sport.
Jamal, and how do you carry sand to the beach? Jamal, the ministry hall. I was on action in our
or the Ministry of Youth and Sport.
And as I said, no so and come season a woman or come chair. Jamal, there only a tick. You have to meet again, and so I can understand.
You can come through with your messages on the Ekosiisen WhatsApp line 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. I'll be glad to read your message, and we've gotten loads and loads of messages coming through. My main said, meet me a few ones and after so Obi, or say, I love my boss Sammi Awuku for one thing, his humility and his all-inclusiveness. God bless him to continue doing higher. The grassroots is proud of him. But Obi, why is it that for over 60 years of the NLA, where several DGs manned the outfit, these structures aren't in place till Mr. Sammi Awuku had to come to re-strategize for the NLA?
My predecessors, it depends on the times. They did extremely well. But almost all those who came before me. But maybe any challenges I will face. For some of them and for many of them, during their time, there was no digitalization. Today,
but there was the World Lottery Association.
Yes. The NLA has always been a member. But your contribution, I don't know to me my factor was standing. For the WLA, we were active, not too active. And again, for the ALA there, we were completely out at a point. But even the former Director General, Ken Ogripi, his time, he was made ALA president.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so for some reason or the other, we should have continued to hold on to the African Lottery Association. But we lost out at a point. It could be Francophone phone, and I could do Hono.
And
some are back to the Anglophone. Because almost they are Senegal, now buy recourse, now quite another Francophone. Because they make sure that they have the numbers The Anglophone countries felt some Kushimo Isisium was cruising Kakasabako. Into Konano purely say also no Okon boot for booter. At the end of the day, the numbers so you negotiate because of the market.
Okay.
Senator, you still get what you want. Tina, we've been able to get the Ivorians to be able to understand, support us to get in there, getting the Ivorians to pay royalties. Encourages, they say Ghana and you are signing, you are recommending Nigeria to be admitted into the African lottery because Nigeria too is not.
And Nigeria are so out. Hey, so, with the numbers they have.
Yeah, so we have also signed a more recommendation, and we are helping Nigeria to also be certified for responsible gaming.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because they are trading our game.
Okay.
In Tanzania, you may be conducting business with the non-recognized WLA member.
Yeah.
And
may affect you.
Yes, and Nigeria so near part of the World Lottery Association. The but they haven't been accepted yet into both the WLA and Allah. I'm very confident that the next General Assembly meeting of the DGs, which is likely to be in Guinea Conakry also. Because in Morocco, Ghana once again made a case for Nigeria to be admitted, and we are helping
and it's good, sir. Anglophone countries,
it is in our interest because core meetings now because
why a lone voice?
French so yantiapo ti can woman no matibi ti me kwa na me kwa me interpreter to me can be take a crack 1 2 3 be egu so but when you like now interpreter is na ni kwaje agro no too much and for no kasa 5 minutes no ache me mu be 2-3 lines
na
dan me catch and comfort do as you are enely ntina me no watu kwan so we kasa 5 minutes now chimu under 1 minute is a problem the only on best now chimu achemi and say yes now say me but he's Johnson like this done a fantastic he works under good fellow and Kesewa Liberia like this is a member
okay
Liberia DG we are working on getting Gambia
to join,
getting Sierra Leone and getting Nigeria. Nigeria there, honestly, Ghana single-handedly pushed their bid, and Nigeria. And Tina Yamomo bad seminar on responsible gaming. You know, normally a non-member, and we made a case for them to come, and we introduced them to the leadership of the World Lottery and African Lottery. We also supported Nigeria to launch this game last year. Abuja. Together with their government. Ghana is more or less babysitting Nigeria in the development of their game. Because when you game, they will keep pirating on and I know say will get to a time they will stop paying these royalties. Develop here, no more. We are looking for other markets.
Obi, good evening. Mr. Awuku is one of the few members who make the NPP attractive. His intelligence is top notch. Edi ewo ashirase. Obi, is lottery a game of chance or a game of plan? So
it's an interesting thing. For us at the NLN, we see it purely as a game of chance. But for those who come to sometimes sit there, normal permutation, they see it as a game of skill. I want to study machines. Okay, we're not board numbers. We are board. For instance, during the NLA 60, President Kufuor's birthday, born the 8th of December. It's born the 9th of December. Yeah, and confirm fan check. My name how. On my social media man in a boss.
You never any bought was
too.
In your more lotto papers to me work here. Who say
I don't know how they do it though. Because for us, it's purely a game of chance. But it's a game of skill. To also, you have a far or your arrangement. Tina will more say, me, my courses are draw machines. My year, you say, soon Paboneno. By my mom wins. So, no more call for a prayer. Papa. But sometimes the house win. Sometimes they also win. Yeah. But on a very serious note, we purely see it as a game of chance.
A game of chance.
But Obiane Nijidi, yen to be, meaning to be.
Very well.
My job is to manage these resources for the state. And Obi also
Obi, you see, he is a product of the only college in Ghana. God bless him. Nana Kwesi Adey, Ewo Baldwin in New York. Good evening, Obi. Greetings to the best DG of NLA so far. God bless him. Bright in Oyibi.
I say no more old in here, especially the military men. And then also George Anders' senior brother too was a very good DJ at the NLA. Referring to Kojoanda. Yes, he was also there, and for more report and for more the things that I have read, he was one of their great DJs.
Great DJs.
And the current head of the VAG, board chairman, Ken Oyachi.
Okay.
So I old, but on a board chairman of the
VAG
Veterans Administration. Was any running game?
Sure.
And with the military also did very well. For the NLA, they've had more military director generals
than civilians.
Civilians are almost since 1960, no more 4.
Oh,
more 4 or 5.
Okay.
Many.
Soldier for.
Up to date, into now by NLA, so I still see military presence there. Yes, because we ran their lottery too for them. As part of the collaboration. I mean, I also keep you.
No, but they have to guard
for one reason or the other. Buy normal doors for hobby. And no can so more drop. We 2 neck accounts here, we put a grammar. And now on our premises too, there's a police post. Under the ministry's division. Two bars as well. You have Ghana Police Service, standing post shell. And the military and the police, they live side by side. You know,
Fortune household.
Now boys who go.
Where's Obi asked me, does NLA have writers? I am asking this because of the digital system.
We do.
More writers.
Yes, Sentinel Kazi, LMC, so the lotto marketing companies.
Okay.
Down the stream, they employ the writers.
Oh.
And our retailers.
In the by extension.
Okay. We don't deal with those very down. We know Obi. Obi knows Goodfellow.
Okay.
We don't deal with Goodfellow. We deal with Obi.
Okay.
Because per the act, we don't sell directly to the public.
Oh, okay.
And again, also so my legal department, they've done a fantastic job. Maybe I'm not NLA war. In fact, baby, I currently in where our head office is situated. Any Wukakra, but Mamenka. Was in any papers
for Assassina Fortune House?
It's a 5 acres land. NLA is situated on a 5 acre land.
Muni papers.
Last
state acquired land.
Until last year, you started home cratasem. Until my member, my director legal name, commercial, say by hook or crook. No, I was saying it's in your papers, a back cover the NLA. So the be a Dutch piano, say, opening for so back. Then being us will be back one day, because I'll be 2 months. They say that we have our lease document. We have over 40 years on it. And then your Sassi and also da a year a hojo runabout the prime area. Nyamia don't so true any illegal met me a boa mama yet me a secure no. At least it adds to your asset profile.
Yeah. Me what pictures be a me show ama etie for ehubi very soon. I'll call for them. But ansana no Ernest Chemist, one of our sponsors, Ekosiisen. So one-on-one interviews no. Omo de mala 2 abadwa so se malaria account to ho wadro mala 2. Afemita ewom lumefantrine ewom eba in tablet and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria. Malaria in adults and children. Intimate cell se kone kokoye test or testing now tested positive for malaria. Wadro mala 2. In the mala 2 was a power over malaria. Yawo antimaris gripe measure and also no a relief from gastric pain, flatulence, minor digestive upset, and a teething discomfort. You ba esin efifia omano antimaris gripe mixture buano papa in kwala edru and no say wedi 2 years and above obetimi anombi, newborn infant, babies, toddlers omunyina obetimi amawombi. Anti-Mary's gripe mixture say a relieved child is a happy child. And your number 10 liver salt and so mepacho for fast and refreshing relief from stomach upset. Number 10 liver salt and it restores your vitality, it provides effective relief from stomach upset, nausea, hyperacidity and indigestion. Number 10 liver salt also a refreshing relief. DBS and also say a chance that so it wouldn't say DBS ye color link plus roofing sheet no ye amount 20 years warranty against fading. Ya say my warranty certificate as a seal of our agreement with you. Inti auto a chance ni bi near the board down so for 20 years na eguso empada. Ye bold and confident na ya amounts are fading warranty no 20 years. You know, in the branch wa Accra, Spintex Road near Papaye, and I said the Bay China Mall, what Sapemine, so your branch, ho. Call now the Nkonkodi, your number is 0240 844 444 0240 844 444. Your toll free line is 0800 626262. Na Bibia Enko, your factory will Kumasi, your factory what Tamale, and your factory what Takrade. DBS Roofing, your boy Juma Brutal. We are your roofing expert, roofing Papa Pafi, T's and C's apply. And made in Ghana product by Ghana for Jatumu Pa, Safari Tissues. Sea Beige Ghana Limited, and aye. Safari tissues. Now, buy your paper towels, paper napkins, toilet tissues, box tissues, pocket tissues, and the unbranded pack. And on a thick, extra soft, extra absorbent, and a durable. Now, a sign normal tissues, no, made from 100% pure virgin pulp under the best hygienic conditions for your health and your comfort. Safari tissues, proudly made in Ghana. In the Toby supermarket, be a shop, be a bear, no Sea Beige Ghana Limited na diaba open do it to 0307 001 975 0307 001 975. Safari tissues are the tissue master. Safari tissues wipes clean and last longer. Ghana AIDS Commission so say condomless sex is risky sex. If it's not on, it's definitely not in. Munshanen so MIA Nisi Pharma and so the Cough-from Plus and a Lumatrona Abadjas. Cough-from Plus, no, so bowa everyday cough, common cold, dry cough. Your good choice of medication, a Cough-from Plus. Impenifornum and Qualanum, once they are above 6 years, umbetime anumbe. Lumatrona, so so we feel feverish. And I say, you feel so when you're malaria, me patch your test answer. Once you test positive, your anti-malaria of choice, a Lumatrona. Nisi Pharma number, between wedding como, a 0208 305 676. Na bibia into me enkoye. In the miansha the first set of pictures, no, I already munshoma etiefwa sharing on be it Facebook, be it YouTube, ubetimi ehu these pictures. Are the pictures ready? Okay. Into pictures nibidi. You would see the vice president in the picture, you see the first lady, you see the general secretary, and you see Sammi Awuku greeting the vice president. Let's show the other pictures. Okay, it went so Sammi Awuku and the vice president of the republic, Assemblies of God Atari, I think, and a Eshawomo Ewaha. Let me see the other ones you have. Okay, we are the same program. I suspect Assemblies of God in Toma. We are minim say dinner well. We not say dinner been no moko. Okay, there's another picture so of Sammi Awuku. And there's another one with the vice president. Sammi, is there a story behind these pictures? Because you seem to be in action shots with the vice president. Are they? What is it?
One is Madam.
Okay.
And opening this one in a Sayache. And I think his story also echoes that of mine. Me almost this tradition. I mean, count.
Okay. Okay.
And in all honesty, I really became very active in the MPP after my TESCON days.
After Tescon days for
University. Days for University of Ghana.
Okay.
And then no, Edubuan ye juma. Jani Selby ye juma.
Okay.
Jato Kalio ye juma. Ene emumpenifu Jona Jekum Kufu ne Nanado Danko Kufuado. Yempenifu Echemko. Ene Wamosuzo Swa. Wama Ketri. But the truth of the matter is, as a young man, from youth leader for deputy communication director as a young man, youth leader, and also as national organizer. And you know, Oka Chairman said, if you are near to party, no main count, I haven't contributed my quota. I just hope as Oka Chairman said, my contribution to it no is zero. And I know the didn't because his story echoes clearly to identify with the things that I also know he stands for. Very strong young man, very open-minded, and also he looks into the future with courage and optimism. And so I'm fond of him. I think he will make a great president. A great president. If Nyamaya Dominant PPBA nomination and His Excellency the Vice President Kase will be caught there.
You would support him?
I think so, because I asked him two critical questions. Why do you want to be president? And Okachem said his major focus, if he should ever become president one day, is how to create a future of opportunities for the young people.
For young people.
And again, he's very tolerant. And that politics of inclusion, for me, is something that is admirable. I've watched him move with people who had supported other candidates in the past. It is the Honorable Frederick Oparians. I've seen quite a good number of people around him. Gideon initially wasn't a Nana boy, but that's the spokesperson of the vice president. And again, so on a day in, day out, you see new people around him. And for his sacrifice, every time this is in Biane, how you define sacrifice. Me catch us a year dankwa dombo buzia.
Yes.
That's our tradition from UGCC, from the UP tradition. EDBC, the buzia time, a progress party. Edibaya, DBDU, ye PFP, ye Victor Usu, and a Tolona. Me munna be na me count. But Obi, ye mubi also ye dia kukudro jina mubi pa in the run up to 2016.
Yes.
No craning yamianim to sit in front of the cameras and also to face the media scrutiny. Na elections, leading youth no. Sabe, oma no mo contest na me wo fe bianka. Me busu ni bianka. But I believed and shared in the values of the party. Inti mamu ni mentam kesi kopie Supreme Court. Manoko yi meka. Me survive or just about an hour. Na no enough. We use small TV. It be all nante from here to here. We also we dey twemu 2 steps. Na your big screen na bon say me bear 7 steps. But me and me gina dey say more than 30 steps. And let me pay glowing tribute to the former Supreme Court Judge Justice Atuku. But mami home a real size 47. And now for somebody to sit there when it mattered most to defend his party's position and resolve for 8 months continuously, and Openi facing NDC legal team and Nyamre Ura Chachuchikata Ura Tony Lita, deadly combination with Basit Bamba. For 8 months he never lost his cool. He had his composure and defended the MPP's position. I think that his expose, revelation, presentation, and delivery at the landmark Supreme Court case, it marked the turning point in the MPP's electoral operations, because it was clear, say, Ghana for Betia, what really happens on the pink sheet, on the face of the pink sheet. So if you ask me, I think Baumia did NPP a lot of good by helping all of us, even as young Ghanaians, to understand what happens in the electoral process. But let me also state that my advice to him would be that NPP there, for everything we compete. Moshe this is a party, a polling station elections will beat me the chairman so could be high court. So meaning that if you are throwing me on cast of let me be very honest, he hasn't declared so but if he decides to go, I don't think say he should expect say
walking.
No, apart from walking he is going to be grilled. Sana party with Subaint here. And you have people can also make an industry out of the propaganda me also push against you. And he's also competing against very strong and capable people in the party. Very strong and capable. For Obiti said the former Greek minister. For Obiti said the former trade minister. For Obiti said, wow, yeah, I mean, you have funny and you have penny. Oh boy. They already casa just some 2-3 days ago. Oh, I know a frame, I can judge. But that's the beauty of it. So now, Ofa Obiti say very knowledgeable person, the former energy minister, and me also know my former boss, the former general secretary of the MPP, Urakwabneje Japan, Kala, and then Kasa, no so MC weekend, just 2 days ago. And then Joe Gatti, me also so big Joe, so my paddy, or no paddy, whom will be a paddy. Is somebody I may call a card or crime or cotton honor, just like a compreco. Oma me nam kroma na ze komo edemi am friend so ofi am cotton now me di na no di matter so no you okay. But these are very strong people and stalwarts of the party. And so I believe say even though all these are very strong and great men of our party at this point in time, maybe this and looking at where we also want to go and also breaking the politics is about strategy. And I believe say party but as we speak the NPP is in conclave. Our National Council meeting. Sebe Odo Enibu am a woman no station. Ti meant me and council because I'm a member of the National Council. Now I just hope say whatever be the case, and I'm the way beba. And I believe that for these values, the virtues of the vice president of his sacrifices, is sumo ewiemo, and also even at a time as a young man with a young family, Charlie at almost the peak of his career. As an economist, he left the central bank. It be here politics. Amani Osem. Opening first time I'm fat. Was any Juma for Mentia Minya and say the boss of San Freno the second time of Nanado Danko Kufuado. So Mahmoud Sambe Boa Misata no African Development Bank or Zanzo Ija Jumano Sambaya. And then again the third time. So clearly, or not so from the SOT, and also the contributions that I've heard people and the testimony. And interestingly, if you ask me, even though he's a practicing Muslim, he's extremely tolerant and very accommodating. I've seen almost all church programs are being invited. He goes to support the Christian community. Last time, say at Swano, where you had the Presby Church, Kasombe School, at the amount more water deprived area. He said so, and also contribution towards the development of the church and the growth of Mofra. He's helping. Look at Weja Leprosarium, Father Campbell Foundation. I love people who embark on charity. And that's why I keep saying, someone a very strong man. But I believe that there's a primus inter pares. But
here as a party.
Yeah, I think so.
How about those who have said, and I think you mentioned the point, only needing why he wants to be president.
So that was one. He says of creating that future of opportunities for the young people. And then again, lastly, he also believes that with a coordinated effort, we can build a strong, resilient country. A bit Myanmar, Ghana, so I formidable.
But there are those who would say, these are things he can do now as the number 2 man in charge or a vice president for crying out loud. And then on team in CC, I just obey a president and away.
I mean, first of all, I'm sure you are not asking me as spokesperson of the vice.
No. But as somebody who believes in him.
Yes, I mean, I think so. With that conversation, and it was, in fact, playing the devil's advocate, was something that I also asked him. Say, now what are those who say, he's not the person who abandoned his government or party when there are difficult times. Together with his boss, they've championed lots of projects and initiatives. na yentam kesi abeto kwan mu enyo obi enyom no mu kriti but these are external factors a buy be derail your effort o kan yade o kan tokwe o kan so many disruptions in the global order. But that notwithstanding, when there are good times, Obia say you're collective. But when there are bad times, because and so that is why I say the loyalty to the party and government for me is key. The sacrifices that, from my understanding and what I see, or also contribution to that. And then that inclusion, the politics of inclusion that I have seen him and seen people of diverse background, religious, across the divide, the politics across the divide, and the things that I have seen him do. But this will remain my opinion.
Yeah, I know your opinion.
This will remain my opinion. Yeah. But if the NPP eventually says, he wants to throw his hat
declared, yeah, that one you support him.
Until says, oh no, better no, so say party Evans omahina abodwa o say adehyiemra se be onya aboaje nko atime ba
yes
nti ono so de hwe no gidi se NPP ne ma omaye na ade ono so betimi agina mo bia I think he can give it a good shot and I think that if Ghana NPP shirano na Ghana shirano he can make a fine president. And people have, and people who try to stoke the religious, is very interesting.
Yes, some say oye kremoni said ya wokano, but because of politics and voting, Tina or associate a lot more with Christian.
That's one thing I see, and there's nothing there for vote. You can see. Now, no bear for vote on a fair weather friend. When it's not there, there's no relationship. I can say my steady papa no. And way back. I think his strongest point too is his meekness and humility. He loves people and he's very warm. There's somebody I wish oh, hey, Sammi, let's say, how's it going? Then he come on, and the one for so the bishia, and now he embraces people of all faith. Ofat says Senegal. Senegal, power Google or more population is over 90% Muslims. Are you aware?
Yes.
The Christians are, if not less than 10%. But they elected Macky Sall, who is a Christian, as president. Where is it? Is it Guyana? Guyana, like this, is 99%, I think, Christian. But almost 1%. One was 4%. They elected. So it's about the quality that the person brings to the table. In Nigeria today, they've elected 2 Muslim as president and vice. It's the times and the dynamics. I think I will not judge you by your faith or the content of your faith, but I'll judge you by the character and what you bring to the table. I can't for baby say in your bibi obi. You will have people like you will know them as a sunipano omwa. You also will have people like but who be bit me as so and I think the MPP they are blessed to have some of these great men. I think all those going. Don't know about lunch matter like this. A very solid candidate. Ken, not a great candidate. Maybe a campaign 2020. Or more year campaigns will be per vice and a compreko. Because I was crisscrossing, and in 2016 the same, 2012 the same. We shall we one. Monte Brenny Bino. Ken is part, Baumia is part. Indeed, one more beboa something for we now. One more in a film. And likewise, all the others, what you like as I said, a serious brain, strong man, me offer. Me say me fuck a crash with Jamas. Indeed, me mamma lie no more cousins than watch it. And you can't cry. But watches family and Kodumpian family. I'm not see me direct late uncle. Oh, okay. My mother's big brother. Okay. They were there. Indeed, I believe some penfoy na mood, but me dear baby amete as a former youth leader, as former national organizer. I believe says a papa no kaso beko nazo ubisame so me dear.
you throw your support.
I think I will encourage him.
The other thing is, Oka earlier said politics is about strategy. 2024, to all intent and purposes, will be a very critical election.
It should be
very critical election. When Dr. Baumia decides to run, na ofane form a file, he would have to campaign across the country.
Yeah, you have to.
And say Nyameya Dumpo no sign we need flag bearership now. He has even a bigger campaign ahead of him. With your experience in organization, if he is to make you his campaign manager, is that something you are considering? Obeje.
Oh, I think choosing a campaign manager there, because who we are, you still have to hand over your campaign to the party. My understanding.
But he would need a manager to manage his campaign.
I think he knows what he will be about. Because if you ask me of my opinion, I think, sir, as I said, it's more of strategy and operations. And I think he himself is he's a very analytical person. But with some in my opinion, like as a campaign manager now there, you don't need a loud campaign. You need people who are operationally minded and strategists.
Yeah, but you fall in that category.
Which category?
Operations minded and a strategy.
Now you're a manual someone, now you're a journalist.
May a journalist and be dear manual selection.
Well, thanks for the compliment. But as I said, he hasn't approached me on that line, to be specific. But if you ask me of my opinion, na say Okasi Ndwem we be kwa dwendwem say meso sebe obi na mama adwuma as director general enti SMS mene openi Ghana mampeni o mama be this uncommon, but that has not been on the table. Enti let's
but he's somebody you would love to work with.
We already have a chemistry. We see him as a senior brother as well. And I worked very closely with him in 2012. I also worked very closely with him in 2016 and also very closely with him in 2020. And also we'll be out anyone in Isuba.
Yes.
And when I've studied him, when he's happy with something, you see. When he's not happy with something too, you can see. And I pray that the good Lord gives him, as I'm sure he'll definitely have to consult and engage a lot of stakeholders, because deciding and arriving at a decision to run for the high office of a country and that form.
And easy.
It can drain you physically, it can drain you spiritually, it can drain you financially. Politics in and now opening, you have controllers and architects of the universe. And our faces no one was unyanya ni madom. Na unya ni penny madom. Inti me sure says se wo ye na adwen so obekọ dia. Say na American. He must embark on I'm sure he will definitely do, because as a on penfo no ye adwuma ne omo ni na ban mu omo ni ne party omo ne party. So yes, our engagements be
in the say you who pictures of the activities or koha or you say na you who Sammi Awuku in those pictures are. How should we take it? Say
or take it as a friend and take it also as an appointee of the government. Yes, and I've also been his national organizer before. I've also been his youth leader before. In what also of course I said you see but I think so you've done a good job today by deliberately, mischievously selecting pictures that we were having tete-a-tete.
These are action pictures.
I said just watch that she share Jumano come on. And Ekosiisen. We are now a national organizer. We're the auditorium of the University of Ghana. It's a Bank of Ghana auditorium.
Was it at the launch of more job center?
I think so.
I think I MC this program.
Yes, you MC.
I MC this program.
I'm surprised it was Ube reading politics.
I MC this program.
And assemblies, I think it was a dinner program. Emmy Awards. Where football there? Football there,
no. Emmy Awards and I'm share dinner where. Okay. That's for. But you also know, sir, 2024 will be a tough election. To all intents and purposes, the NDC is likely to bring former President John Mahama.
Yes.
How do you rate him with not any experience in politics?
I don't think the NPP should underestimate the NDC in any election. And every election has its own dimension. And has its own dynamics. About to be anywhere top up. Even when it's a runoff, you started counting a 1, 2, 3. It's a top up. The election be at the forefront. And I pray that the party also will get the strategies right. Sebio, Sebin Predias, even the selection of parliamentary candidates, even across the country. Because from what I see, the 2024 battle will be fought at the parliamentary level.
2024 battle, no? In parliament?
I think so. Because, you see, it's about the heart and control of the House. And NPP have bred this last 2 years plus, even in sometimes getting our bills through. And it's been an experience your bumper is here and go through beam. If you win more seats in parliament, it makes it easier for you to govern. And it also makes it easier because the vote in our constituency system.
Okay.
Nanado made history. He broke so many barriers. First of all, share the 1992 elections up to 2020. Up to 2020. For both the American elections and that of the Ghanaian. Which are any time the Democrats are in power.
The NDC
winning waha. Until you say in 2020, if I don't share Bill Clinton, Echo, or also not Rollins that was.
Yes.
Oko a Bush by Kufo came. That's Republican. Then Kufo re-elected, Bush re-elected. Two no exit, then came in Barack. Then came in Mills. And then Mahama. Then in 2016, the NPP won, the Republicans also won. But in 2020, the Republicans lost, but the NPP still retained his seat. In the NDC then, their general secretary at that time, and now you're national chairman. In fact, he said on OKFM, say, Nakwame won't yes you America, man, yes you one and one But in 2020, the NPP defied the odds. Again, also the popular vote, we lost Greater Accra, Kitwebi. It's very difficult to win the general elections when you lose Greater Accra. But we did. We won the general elections. Osha Central Region, and I won more constituencies in the presidential vote, and we lost out the parliamentary. In the dynamics, he broke so many barriers. In the I'm saying, first now in focus, all politics is global, and into the BBC. Obi, how do I put it? Ebesuo or might be so. You can make projections. Then the strategists and those the connoisseurs of the game and the practitioners of campaign strategy, they redefined it as all politics is local. I feel no so bad. I said no. Ebia, I hear basic market. Ewaha, Wabe commission, Kufuni Neniaje. But nipa no kofia ebia nya na beba na to aba ebia ne ba wanya ebia school hu under free SHS anase ebia na okokopa yaresa okwa ne health insurance ye timotimi de ne card nya yaresa no. So now no politics in your local man the politics has become personal. Onim obi one ne kwasore one ne cool school o metinechi kwa o class madam for no to betimi ato not on party lines but better on personal lines. And it can even be trivialities. It's 1 year analysis no na say you just go wholesale, you have a difficulty. Back to the question you asked that the NDC is likely to present John Dramani Mahama, the former president. I keep saying that don't underestimate your opponent. Make sure, say, you've done everything possible. Campaign, worked hard, secured your vote, then also deliver. I go any election thinking that may disrespect you, and I may buna bofia. Konipa no kotuni nadrim. Obi too bet me and politics elections we it was soon and it was soon so. Elections soon ni bi say why wadwen say okwakoto abama good fellow. For the last 3 months. When I'm so kwakoto about that day. Unim ye you be a bebo nsuagu. O share ne anka akoto abama no car na be so they say na venipa no kodu no na adwene timi asesa no atweti ya. It can also be say why na adwen so beto abama manhene. But nam kwaso na afi okodu on no ahia ne busuani. No ma no 10 Ghana wo kona bi. Nipa nso hwe share 10 Ghana no share 20 Ghana na adwen no eye ni say inti I don't know, but obiana na there me call election thinking that is a foregone conclusion. But I know and I'm very convinced say the MPP will use strategy and also again based on the performance of what we have achieved in government. And one of the problems of the center-right governments across the world, and then when NPP in Kwan face across, which is CDU in Germany, say they face a similar thing. When the center-right government, it provides with water, they think it's a normal. Everybody should have access to potable water. But the center-left government, amongst you know, one glass. Every day, obey one advertise say who obi. And yes, sir, pure water yam the mawa. Into what they no betting me, Debiano, actually one say I saved you. But the you provided access road that you did say normal. You did say your boy with education, your mama from did say normal. But I believe say the times we have to keep also reminding ourselves and the people say by now we anyhow. Can you imagine, say, now Nigeria, one of the largest producers of oil, they were facing doomsday. Serious and power outages for months in Nigeria. But hey, in spite of our challenges, Obi, to the extent that there was light call of 2 hours. Mobile better radio say, hey, make I do media 1, 2. Forgetting that there were times near demo for 24 hours near Swama near me doom Dominic Kisi aboa de so baby for just say you rotate balance but then that we did this normal. So I think say as we keep reminding ourselves even seven previous and seven menya say my advert mark soap for nanom seminar but aboso ba na major pie. And nothing no more no my advert. One catch us we on an anonymous seminar. Into tradition goes on. As I said, no, you do need to rack campaign one. I think say agency at the banner.
Yeah. My next set of pictures. Say I already Kezia show next set of pictures. No na. You say utie bra Facebook and YouTube.
Nebra National Lottery Authority.
No, National Lottery.
What said that Chini Papa the Ababe?
Yeah, National Lottery Authority. It share these set of pictures now for Ian Trust or Sammi Awuku Director General Ma NLA. Where you see close to Sammi Awuku miracles Abuaji and I think on Kriapem Hene. Yes, and Ahimfi, and you can see Goodfellow and so on. Yes, let's move to the next. Now, the next pictures are okay. In the way so still where miracles and Sammi Awuku. I think that we're a hospital. Yeah, Mampong. In the still,
Marcos, no, former municipal chief executive.
Yes,
and as I say, so no Ghana Mampenia Bona Baswa or staffer or Sanso community, say operations.
But you seem to have a lot of pictures with him. More Ekosiisen North because we into Ekosiisen North constituency. One of the palaces.
The other one was with Ekosiisen.
Why is it say Wabe pronounced? Your presence are quite pronounced in Ekosiisen North. We are interested in that seat.
And normal say Ubekofi. Say ye party made me post to on say Kofi.
A fear which is Ekosiisen North.
That's all. That's where I also live partly more Mampong. I sometimes commute from there to work.
From Mampong to work.
Greater part. Until normal, say we participate actively.
Ekosiisen North.
Recently, you call the Benkum division.
Okay.
Ekosiisen share all the chiefs within the Benkum. The Benkum division is one of the biggest within the Ekosiisen. Ekosiisen or Jase, which is a monochrome.
Okay.
Omo Adontin, which is the Abri. Omo Nifa, which is the Honorable Dambochi area. Okre. And a Kronti division here, Ekropon.
Okay.
Then the Benkum division, which includes a Tutu, a Mampong.
Okay.
A Tutu Mampong. Bosma say Manfe. A Abotechi.
Okay.
And a Latte. And a Tinkong. And a address on. In fact, the Red Rabbit Fikrum. Address on is quiet. That place too is part of Ekosiisen.
Part of Ekosiisen. But Do you want to become member of parliament?
Oh, the party be nomination as at least me shena me opinion the adwuma shema said the home come say meeting me akosasha. Say I won't be the first to try.
The basa no yet an answer to my question.
But to say there we
do you want to be MP? Yes.
No.
And then
let me be very frank. To say we have a sitting member of parliament.
Sure.
And my job is to support her to succeed in the constituency. And anything I've set out to do is also to complement her effort. And that of the chief executive. Yes. And that of the chiefs. And the party structures. Intimacy way of supporting them. I've been doing it. But party you declare your intention, then definitely, Opesa will destabilize a running.
But say party ni Puma Kwem, which obviously will be this year now. Overquack form.
The party it be a Puma Kwem also meet form. Me call elections. I'm here near Mammy and son. Meet form, me busa form, and I'm a chef form. If these three things, and far men koboka.
Utie form. No form, no wash form.
Cause
Nani na ugu so awoye.
Oh, MBA nomination to me chance.
Omu nomination and what tie form. And your time by short. How would you campaign?
A short. Why? Because I need 2 weeks at the end of party be a close election. It's already a place I'll call it. It is a basse ye can say, oh, we be a dish na a non party be more. And not even come you must be joining or test so I'm interested. I make a chance. Why not?
Now, so far, your own country.
Because party and starting process until you be stampeding the process. And secondly, you also be making it difficult for the MP to. But the support are day in, day out, more here, more friend, even support and the boy in the last campaign in the constituency in terms of logistics and support I did.
In the 2020 elections?
Yes, 2020 elections. In 2016 as well. In 2012 as well. And I also know about from 2012.
No.
Yeah.
O polling station here.
Oh, my Presby. Now again, I will Mampong. Then again, also so.
One casa ukrum ni
Mampong.
Ukrum ye Mampong.
Mampong. I want to papa fee.
Oh, papa. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mampong.
Then again, if you also call a Yihonoa, what's that? and then Obi again. So why I say the boy now? I think say vote ne paying. From time to time, I'll say a day who shame near bois. Yam pennies so on so what tear grim near born also waiting me 1 term. Say do one knows will be a what's happened and so but we now share our dynamics is so are not for the time.
Okay.
I won't here.
Okay.
A game to be enjoyed. A game where a contest of ideas. And at no point me idea what they me then me find you. Ekosiisen as much as possible. For him or tia gwem yesum o supporting the panuat or say many bedu. Na ebia o den hyehyɛ abase obetimi akoye yi betimi akoye. Eno pokra na say odi bu manipa no. Na na nipa no so ka. Nipa no ntumi stop. But say am it we dey. Accra. Imprint pa de. Me started my consultation. Consultations,
but I saw picture be an billboards our constituency.
And I think so you read that my Facebook page.
Yeah.
I can't say. I think it's unnecessary, and I think it will only make our work difficult there. It's many one kind, but utie man for ne there. Nananom ne but party no won shishay.
Some have said with your stature and standing in the party, say who decides to be constituency be a MP or should let you have the seat because in Kosiaga or contest here in Kosiaga.
Oh,
do you believe that?
I don't think so.
We are sure
it's a contest. About to be anywhere you free.
Recently, I saw a campaign, a subtle, a overt campaign for the sitting MP or the constituency is a Krapim North, right?
A Krapim
and a Kropon. Bana ebi mo push say omra domi na your constituency be na no mo say omra no. Okay Queen North. Okay, Queen North, right? Yeah, me who's our campaign. No?
Unfortunately for me, now social media.
Sure, I'm making.
Unfortunately for me, me name passwords. It's in my manage.
And do I own time call social media? But not certain MP no more. But ebi mo push say omra okay Queen North.
Me sure.
Sir.
And unless we be a yin.
Oh no, media me who social media na me do.
But me sure say we be in a beatism.
Okay.
That notwithstanding, no say no NJP na no so no washira de kese.
Sitting MP.
Okay. So no ato.
Okay.
I think say it's not the best time
to
I be can man no say me so.
Yeah.
Nti me fa we free so the amano ya connection. Me am sending a message to that effect. Back on your bench na me ntimi hu.
Wow. Ekosiisen North constituency.
Tell what type of role?
Sammi Awuku for 2024.
Ekosiisen North.
Ekosiisen North.
So party me will be a man obedient come. You are a stakeholder because you use that place a lot. Yeah, for the breeze near the no oba fie hono. Nti edu ha me no we be obedient come akwachi.
Ofie. Okay, Ofie. Ofie is something you launched, right?
Oh, it's an Ofie movement. Ekosiisen for now oil so that's the now. Ofie. As Ofie pe. Ofie means home.
Okay. We say Obi. Is it the same Sammi Awuku whose name is creating fear and panic in some quarters? Then the IGP should quickly get him arrested. Hashtag Ofie agenda. We free Mami Efia Akutu. And on the way about. This one says
don't let me carry my cross. Obi.
We say Obi, kindly ask Sammi whether he is aware that the current MP for Ekosiisen North, Amadokua, has started lacing her boots to contest for the Prime Minister Queen North constituency in the Greater Accra region. His presence has scared the woman to run away from the constituency.
I think so. May I still want to believe?
Yeah, but people have the right to also think what they want to.
Only me so needs uncommon.
Very well.
And I mean, this is a duho.
In duho. Okay. Good evening. Greetings to my kid brother, Sammi Awuku. All my support, bro. Kofi Chumbuafo. Kofi Chumbuafo.
Focus. That a friend.
Kofi Chumbuafo.
You may man pa.
Oh, okay.
Focus on our best no respond.
Well, Obi, I've just been told my Ofie brother wanted to attend Accra, but unfortunately, he found himself in a certain college. Anyway, my brother is very deep. Chief Larry. And
that bully guy. But I can't find a while though.
We say good afternoon, Obi. Yeah, Bolare so quite crack.
Cool man.
Also, Sikam Pedede. By the way, greet my brother Sammi for me. Indeed, the NPP has the men. All the aspirants deserve our respect and commendation. Because after the primaries, we would need everybody. But for Dr. Baumia, my words are too feeble to describe the good stuff he's made of. He is a citadel of godliness, unity, humility, insight, vision, and stoicism. He has done a lot for the party and for the country, and it's time we rewarded him. Yaw Adomako Befi. And on the way, Abba Yaw Adomako Befi.
One of the great people, Mr. Yejuma. Yaw was our TESCON president. In fact, Jerry was a Ekosiisen regional organizer, worked under Yaw.
Oh, okay.
And Ope will be our parties. He's one of them.
Yaw Adomako Befi.
Is one of them. Na Oloya. Na Zena Yawa say you Tinan come tenen kapa na. Is there good programs on returning and on a problem. First then Kaya 8 p.m. Quebec as a Quabrian come back to Ukraine. See the corner about 6 calls we say them.
Or Jenna home not
crowd is move left right baby.
Dallas and Poma Williams say Obi, good evening. Your guest is a fantastic personality in a wrong political party. But my question is, since he took over, boys no longer cash out like hitherto. Please ask him to have mercy on boys, because times are really hard. Dallas and Poma Williams, immediate past communication Communications Officer ma NDC Eastern region.
Another troublesome gentleman.
Dallas.
Na just say or had dream pa or in this man who Eastern region. Dallas. Trouble. Send a boys in home and a bomber.
Yes.
Mafia managers. O much as a dear own ye cry Dallas Bay issue statement. I can't deal with say way. Me and Munami Jina will be. No, she said, I said, no, put on neat. And I'm because Ocean from the boss. Omane Bohama, Julius Debra. Eastern region problems here, one. And no crack can be a brain trying to get the region rallied around. Hey, Omane, Julius Debra, Dallas. Kevo as he say wabe.
Oliver Kevo.
Oh Jesus. Says squad in itinye. See, ade ani pa no beti ase wa kan mani no masa si akiri. Me accord kikano kra wrongly. Iti Dallas o kan say ya we ayesa no. Oyibo confirm ya ma no okwa koyi a chese bi ono no ene na asi ya ma no bobeka say kra me buy no hu.
Obi though the one
Baba Jama. Orevi. Me amini abedi baba akwetia the Eastern the NDC4 squad nom de begu me nim some sheda pa gadae no be so egu so montete.
Although the water project are yet to commence in Tano South, we thank Kapo already for the decision to provide portable water for our people. We are grateful, but hey, they should speed it up for some of us. PK Sapon and on the way up. Yeah, Whispers, yeah, PK Sapon. We say Obi Sammi Awuku is doing a great job at the NLA. We wish him well. Couple to the whole. We are say hashtag Ekosiisen, Alex Martinson. Obi, if you want to learn how to treat humanity with grace and candor, associate yourself with Sammi Awuku. He's a good man. Kofi Ameyao, Any Kofi Ameyao. Good evening to you.
Kofi, former head of communications for
I think the Ghana Way
Consul. He's still the communications head for our Consul.
Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Yeah,
Kofi na in Nkanche.
And another Kofi Tonto say, Obi, greetings to couple. I'm personally excited for the great works he's doing at NLA.
American boys, you know. Kofi Tonto ni Kofi Ameyao. Fine boys, you know. I don't know why Omomo ko contest for youth organizer. Nanka ba kunko for youth organizer, na ba kwa for women organizer.
Kofi Tonto ni Kofi Ameyao.
Or is because they have expertise in mobilization, but very deep young men. Kofi Tonto's explanation on this gold for oil was one of the best that I've listened to. And again, also just like Kofi Ameyao. For one reason or the other, also the Kofi. It's a copy American memoir samba. The boga betu prima ye tremo.
Obi, I'm happy to say I'm a staff of the NLA, and so if I say Sammi Awuku has been a savior of this important national entity, it's an understatement. Things were going haywire until he took over. If not for his ingenuity and charismatic leadership, he is just an institution and will be a plus to our parliament. His people are blessed to have him. Sir Gadus Ewo Ashtown in Kumasi. We say, congrats, Sammi. Absolute salute to you. Obi, tell Accra guys that Sammi Awuku came to the best educational institution, St. Augustine's College. The Accra guys know when we used to have the triangular games, Augusto Accra and a TI Ama.
Obi, you say,
Apsu.
Senior Bakwa no punish him pa.
Yes.
Their friend is Senior Dolphin.
Senior Dolphin
wife na timenche. Ono am head of corporate affairs. I told every pa Senior Dolphin. Kwa the former boys fast we senka. Punishing head of corporate affairs, but she's such a great asset. And but then also with a wonderful husband. Senior the punishment na former boys here manager.
It is Senior Dolphin so action and quoting.
Action quoting. See school no near 2 war found so na gate down. It's how the demarcation but we break it bounce no and you discretionary get that knows na warn no na say no so ma to na so do baby get down on the wall. Oh yeah, it's we break it bounce. I have this great friend now or dance man we want it one time them say never back na senior house master late in the night. I say lashes are near Gino. Now, on me say, yeah, bono 10 crips are there. How many was it? 2? I don't know, need to be 10 on what me accounted 2 per on that. Oh my goodness.
It's politics and positions have not changed who you are. That's Oman Hene to Director General. Capo, as we affectionately call him, is simply awesome. His humility and dedication to serve the people is a trait I encourage people in leadership to emulate. Farouk in Tema and anyway. Sammy, we have to wrap up. Finally, yes, finally in leaving us, no.
That's right.
Are you confident on the strength of my performance you can win the 2024 elections?
I think 2 things will have to work in the MPP's favor. I know sir buying born home to make sure the economy, you best say and to say Masha when almost started this innovative gold for oil, there were many naysayers. But Obi, and then I kind from one more online portal, my Joy Online, and then and then Star Oil Star Oil, let's sell around 11 points, go 12 points something. A movie from the 14, from the 15, and then back down with an expectation that it will go down again. Again, there's a currency, your dollar no koya when it maybe somewhere November, massa. Now near Kukudra, untim kran kaso MPP ni. Then social media there, you butcher any mainstream media. But then and also there seemed to be some stability. And there I was speaking to one gentleman or he's into the forex. And I'm saying, hey, now I did go so cost I don't know say, I'm quite there when I'm currency say 11.1. And made the number is number 12 to 13. Okay. So as the economic indicators show positive signs, and I believe say now Senka will go back to the Bretton Woods institution. But the courage yet means when you're transparent with the people. And the difference between what we have faced and what our opponent faced when they were in government is similar to Ubia Wafa Mason, Afa Carpenter. Mwesi dying. Na a dino on a normal day in soon toy in Framambo and a dine drego. Now we dear Wesi dying Wabwama Carpenter Mason near Kamaboisi. Na usubrani bia to I am Frama na it me to abeduase. Na for dinosaurs no a book esregua. You cannot compare these 2 things. You cannot compare apples to oranges just because they are all fruit. You compare apples to apples because they may come from the same generic nature. Inti, the NPP has managed the situation effectively. Or share the way of COVID, many governments around the world lost their elections during COVID. But they were still able to carry the people along. Now, Mr. say, University Lanyame and great men must move to defend a great nation. Mebo Ghana Mampenia Baso and Nabang say, in spite of all this, the most important thing is always to carry the people along. I won't say NPP we've been saint in government. We won't say you're informed here. But what the young compare omo and yomo will be a lesser evil. Na sana eto de bi ne yema adwum bibra obon se wo de color TV akwa black and white. And that is a similar situation. My advice for which me I will take part and say we should continue to also trumpet the things we have done. Niamani bibra ye sha se wo hono mo a yinim se edin for us to complete, but minim se with opepane akukudro no we'll have to press on to get it done. And osha kwan bibre than yenuanu ma no mo. And many been interventions be yede aba no ye be hu so mfaso a obon say the next 3 years, the next 4 years, that time no I can say hey NPP for na be say NPP for na be say as a president Kufu Abreso and na utwem Olusegun Obasanjo highway Kufu bekwa kan is Accra Yamranza road Kufu Accra Kumasi kwan Kufu Saso na NPP wo aban mu bia no ayetete yen answer ye de yen free senior high by we face challenges, we never give up. Ye adwan say beboa to industrialize Ghana. Your boy modern shase you go so ayepem so, and you are bound to face challenges in the governance process. But what you should never do is to give up on your dreams. And the end dream is to make sure that we have a prosperous Ghana. And party no so no say sa uboni or done temano when we are communicating yes it won't be easy. And now you don't have to lose your cool because Nipano or not didn't vote free. The only person say two people and now moya manual semo Ghana ha omo da is on bit my de free and now person omo come margin free. And another dan Kufuor do any tema and our president John Ajay Kufuor. Omo election bi. But definitely they also owe it as a duty to make sure that this party continues to remain a party of choice. To be the main we should also take it upon ourselves. We stand firm to also defend our government and our party's position. Your party right or wrong. That is how you see the entity. And where we believe so say demo ye try adwin on say we are the fast you know. We shouldn't be shy to also do that. But I think on the whole, no, looking at 2024, I have said that one, it will be a serious battle at the parliamentary level because it must flip. And secondly, so the MPP must maintain internal cohesion. In this elections, be it at the parliamentary primaries or presidential primaries, we cannot get it wrong. We need to make sure say enuanum na no ye de obuo ene kasade ene kasapa ena ye ne omo kasa se ne be ya wo support honorable Kenneth Japan hu yan so be kwa kodi the vice president so ne ba so obeko bi abekwa kodi ne nkrofo atem wo support the honorable Alanche Martin hu yan so be kwa kodi eye Ora Kennedy ohine Japan so supporters atem and also support Boache Jakwa bekwa kwa attack eno no sana de moyen and I say, be out there, now board the honorable former Greek minister. Tell the people, extol the virtues of the person you are supporting. Now, NPP is seeing for the delegates. No more fan quite dream, no more fan tonseniani, no more way any pass okay. Baby, a gina idea near bit Mrs. Boy. And we should also know, say, a 2 minute and politics too is definitely say your ability to also mobilize enough vote. And your magic. And on very few occasions will you have these two attributes in a candidate: a smart candidate and a good candidate.
A smart and a good candidate.
Because good candidates don't always win elections. Smart candidates can win elections. You can also have good candidates who can go through. So
smart and good. Then you have a full package.
Not just Nipano Utimi also born. And I have said, say, look.
And that is what Dr. Baumi has done.
I think there will be a strategic choice. And then again, you know, and I believe say, he hasn't said he's going to contest yet. But once he decides to, and he asked me of my opinion and support,
you give it to him.
I think I will.
Okay, wait. Honorable Johnson Avulete,
Avu. Aye, Reverend. Former Deputy Regional Minister of the Volta region. Yes. He says he's a campaign coordinator, baby.
Oh, okay.
And
Avu. Greet my brother Sammi for me. I say he's refused to pay homage when he comes to the Volta region. I know his prowess. I wish him well.
You're sending me matching orders. Bavu is one person who is a die in the Wu party person.
Oh, okay.
One of our dedicated people from the Volta.
Okay.
And he's
okay.
I have serious respect for him. These were the people that modern boy, and even the current chairman of the Volta, because campaigning in the Volta, if we NPP executive enough, and for them, it's a regional chairman or Tisui, and then the executives, they've done a good job. And then also Avuse, no set up and we did well, and also as a deputy minister.
Okay.
Matisse, can you say Matisse on also your campaign? You should let prosperity trickle down.
Nite Kotego say and I've been asked to ask you, say,
whom be provoke.
That be Sammi Udin spelling, no? Is it Sammi with an I or Sammi with a Y? Okay. How is the name spelled? And what is the difference?
Samuel Kwabna
Awuku.
The last one, the Anna member, no Shadakim.
Okay.
That when whom be maybe no more the account. And I'll share more heaven idea no account, and no man can now. But then, no, University of Ghana.
Okay.
And a madam for Fantini. Madam for Fatini. She sings gospel songs. Madam for Pa na there was a group.
Okay.
Now no baby Samuel is too long. I want to call you Sammy. One of you know Bibia Becho.
Yes.
Ain't you know or no started Sammy no. And no spelling SMMI. Sa na fi boys and so dear no sutum.
Oh.
That was the beginning.
And no abeka ho.
And no abeka.
SAMMI.
I just said Daniel Kwekubuchi.
Yeah.
No my trust when a dambuchi no so aka ho.
Yeah.
Timem's media no. And I had not seen this friend in over 14 years. Only saw her for the first time at a church program.
Oh, okay.
That was last year December.
Wow.
Now you're down for Bakuani and in the World Group Stadium. He's also become a pastor.
Yes.
Or Pastor Chris, sorry.
Oh, okay.
And then Mekwena Moon said, Sammi Awuku say no.
A honor.
No so honor. In fact, I don't know be performing or honor. So that was first time 14. And I'm so what to me din we no.
Akaho.
And Akaho.
Sammi Awuku.
Ubusa SAMMI. Papa. I had to say it was school na Papa Berry and a bar. Me use the example me no recommend. Na you see no ono ne dia na ye de ma no na Kwabena Felba. Okay. By na ye di na ani boko no asan ani boko won say Kwabena no.
Oh, okay.
What's turning around?
Yes.
The father spelling.
Yes.
Says the ani boko no so they use so the name. Me nanzi me uni bi am say hey Kwabena Felba. Say don't know them fancy. Obi, it's always exciting to be in your presence and to also have a great discussion with you. But now watch share Juma man wa bonti.
It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, Easter brim pow.
I'm on train boys are bread. Samuel Kwabena Awuku Director General at the National Lottery Authority.
And now we take the right bus when I'm down the Ministry of Information. Bus and so now the boys at the time was Apo. I'm saying, I make company movie wedding reception Saturday.
Yes.
I'm starting program not 6. Na me to kwan ko sunyant me bedu ye na abo be 10:30 sister Lameko kwan am go to memrante bi wo no ma say kapo be the DJ na am say hande you be party ni na be pay bi anu bi adi bi o na ye ba party na so de me ma ye budget dia say na obi because if you do any bi na wo no if you drinks good fellow net here. Oh. Me da me take grand 91 chair ni pana fi bi just say some pass e be mo nya in peace.
David, and that's
me national organizer. Oh, I said my first vice, second vice, BD. Then no Saturday be a Asumajo Kaka, and no pressure won't but too much.
Anyways, so my
but Wadaroma, Obi-Wan Membo Abaso. Yes, we in America. Dudu na Obi. Na eba Ekosiisen so kawo no nke ofufro pa supreme ho a kawo ye El Chamano so ka ho na Ekosiisen so de yero na mposa wo no ese Ekosi ye inti ye bom abaso yes the good the bad and the ugly obetini na so Ekosiisen na niema miensa na mode ye adwuma eba radio to inform, to educate and entertain. The same ya me kan ya na mre bi mo bo no mo ye program political program mo asante and now come ka station ewo eye gonja enka ye program ya bonra and na kamu kopie so ewo eye mampusia enka mo ye na yiri program na sisi ya nem won kan ide we gama Ekosiisen eno ano
sorry that's it.
Nice one.
Ekosiisen say hi Asempa 94.7 FM